The group that we travel with have become so close, and I think we all kind of share that same motivation and drive for what we love.
We all just decided, hey, let's all pack up in our vehicles and head to our favorite playground in the world, the Pacific Northwest. I think this road trip is really about digging deep, deeper than we ever have before.
How many times have you rappelled before?
Never before. It started off with a 100-foot rappel.
For us to see what we see and explore the world, we need to make sacrifices.
You know, there's tons of activities that we see to be very, very adventurous, like kayaking, skiing, highlining, mountain biking. For us, well, it's jumping off cliffs.
When I first rolled up, seeing hundreds of people all come out to the same event for the same reasons was just so awesome to see.
Even when something goes wrong,
Doing all right? Doing second surgery.
having over 20 people in one hospital room, that's just a perfect example of this community and how supportive they are. You know, he belongs with us, we got his back.
It's awesome to see, you know, that there isn't a gender barrier.
We're just out there screaming our lungs out for each other. Yeah! We call ourselves the Cinderellas now.
There's definitely a reason that we just keep coming back every year. And it just calls us to it, and I feel like there's so much more to explore every time we go back that I'm like a kid at Christmas, just like turning the corner, finding new waterfalls, and just like, oh dude, this one's even sicker than the last. So we're definitely coming back year after year.
We could go from that log, I think, and then just really boost out to the left.
I cut my foot yesterday, so I'm having my booty to protect that cut. I usually like to jump barefoot. Never done this before, but
Where is my super soup? Oh my God, that was dirty.
A lot of us, you know, we're taking hits.
John Fay took a slam and had to bounce back from a concussion.
It feels kind of weird. Your whole like upper face kind of looks a little purple.
It's a little bit of bruising, that's all. Yeah. No, it doesn't look still beautiful, John. Still beautiful. I needed that one.
We want to keep doing this. We're not going to be held down by a couple minor injuries.
Sometimes you get knocked down, you got to get right back up. Got to keep after it.
A lot of people ask us, like, yo, how do you just, you know, travel so much and see so many cool waterfalls? Well, the reality is that none of us really have all that much money, but we just sacrifice other things. So we just live in our cars.
So everyone always sees it from the outside and they're like, how do you travel? How do you go to all these countries? And when it comes down to it, I mean, we're all just trust fund babies.
Oh yeah, that's what you think we are. You think my mom pays for this fucking shit? Look at, he can't even afford. He thinks she fucking pays for this shit.
She doesn't. I work so hard for this.
Oh, but on the real, like, we do make a ton of sacrifices for what we do. It can look very elegant and bougie from the outside, but like, most of us are living out of cars.
Come on over, I'll give you a house tour.
It's got everything I need. Nice and simple. Yeah, does the trick. It's got solar, so I can sit here and edit, charge the laptop and stuff. It's all about the essentials. Don't have too much, just what you need. It's not something I complain about. We're willing to push those, you know, those moments out of our life where we need the comfort and waking up and taking showers every day.
So, the trust fund children of America. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so a lot of us, in order to live this lifestyle, I mean, you can't be spending too much. Personally, I've been living out of my car for over a year now. Just making it work, just sleeping in the back of my SUV, you know, showering where I can. Pretty much living like a dirtbag vagabond. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. I want to be free, I want to be able to live, and that's what living out of your vehicle kind of represents. It's just like a freedom.
We sacrifice some little things like showers and, you know, real kitchens, and that way we can make amazing things happen like this.
All the money I make goes towards cliff jumping. Like, I don't spend money on pretty much anything else.
Best way for me to get Wi-Fi in peace is I use my little Wi-Fi booster and I just aim it wherever there's free Wi-Fi.
Sending some clips to everyone on Dropbox outside of Starbucks.
You know, I mean, living out of your vehicle, sometimes you gotta find a little sketchy places to park. So occasionally you're gonna get a knock on your window from a forest ranger or police officer telling you, hey, what are you doing here? You know, oh, you can't sleep in your vehicle here, you gotta leave, you gotta move.
Oh man. For stealth camping, like, no one knows I'm in this thing. Later. We're really kind of roughing it out here, to be honest, but I'm also having the time of my life, so I wouldn't change it for the world.
It's hard sometimes when you get down to the nitty-gritty. A lot of people don't want to live like this, you know, they like their first world comforts, and that's fine, you know. Whoever you are, whatever you want to do, that's your life, but this is our lifestyle, and this is what we choose to do.
Really, in the end, it doesn't matter if we're making money doing this, as long as we can sustain this lifestyle and just do what we love. That's what it's all about, you know. I don't need a 401k. I don't need these things to bring me happiness, because as long as I can keep doing this, I'm stoked. But ask me that question 30 years from now, I might have a different answer.
can do it. Like,
How many times have you rappelled before?
Never before. Starting off with a 100-foot rappel.
Shane Stafford is the gnarliest cliff jumper you've never heard of. Sends fat triples and has jumped off of a horse 85 feet in the air. And he's the only guy I know that you could get an honorary PhD in botany just from talking to him for an hour. Like, this guy will walk through the woods and knows all the Latin names for every plant you're looking at.
Oyster mushrooms, Pleurotus astoria.
This dude's a wild card. Like, you don't know what he's gonna do. Is he gonna cook you up some morel mushrooms for dinner, or is he gonna send a fat triple off a 90-foot cliff? You don't know.
Is there a high demand for this specific mushroom?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I could if I found 20, 30 pounds and posted them online, I'd probably have people within a day be like, yeah, we want those for over here.
These are lobster mushrooms. Found a bunch of them earlier today and yesterday. Cooked them up. A little bit of avocado, a little bit of bread. Creme de la creme.
Oh, I just had it.
Look at this beauty. Oh, my goodness.
So when I was a kid, I used to look up to skateboarding. But skateboarding, as some people may know, started as a fringe sport. A lot of people thought all the first skateboarders were just reckless idiots. It started out as just something that some people did, a lot of people viewed as dangerous. Then it started becoming legitimized and more people started doing it, and then there's competition. So I saw lots of parallels between the skateboarding world and the cliff jumping world. I thought to myself, I know amazingly talented people all over the world. What if we got all these people together at the same time? That would just be incredible, right? I did my best to reach out to as many people as I know that cliff jump and enjoy the outdoors.
3, 2, 1.
I really used the Cliff Cruise to make it a celebration of the sport, a celebration of the community, and change it from just a bunch of strangers talking on Instagram, and I wanted to turn that into an actual family.
Shane Stafford!
Hell yeah! We can take all of this amazing positive energy and passion that these people have and turn it into a sense of belonging, turn it into a community. I think that is really the goal of this whole event.
A nice gathering of genuine good people. We all just share a common bond of the love for the outdoors and what we do.
Nobody makes me feel more at home than when I'm traveling across the country. It's really just a huge family, people who like to jump off stuff.
Every year there's new young kids coming in and they're just throwing down, like doing these tricks that at their age I never would have thought of doing, and they're stomping it. It keeps it super interesting and it makes people like us be like, oh man, we gotta keep pushing it too.
do a flip where you learn a new trick and you're like, wow, I did it. I overcame this thing that I never thought I could do. And that is why I got into cliff jumping.
We're gonna do what we like to call a Suey Sailor competition. Not too many rules to this competition. Don't die, don't get injured, and have fun. They kind of look like they're about to belly flop, and then they basically close up right before they hit the water. It's totally safe, but if you mess it up, it can hurt for sure.
Intentionally land as bad as possible, but try to make it good at the same time. Pretty much just mayhem.
What's a better time than right now? Let's get it. Fuck it.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, send it!
I have a little something planned out. It's gonna surprise a lot of people.
Oh shit! It's gonna go. It doesn't matter.
Anyone who has not been to the cliff cruise before, one of the biggest parts about it is that we try to push the environmental side of things and we try to pick up. We decided to make an impact and organize a big cleanup event at Lower Lewis Falls. The next hour we have to clean up, so let's see what we can do.
Everyone just grabbed a trash bag and we just went downstream all around the cliffs, picked up so much. It's really easy, you know, pack in what you pack out, but if you're also at a spot and you see trash, you know, just pick up other people's stuff, because not everyone is, you know, understanding that idea, unfortunately. But we really try to like keep these cliffs clean and really just keep them beautiful, because we want to come back year after year.
There's a ton of people here, insane. I wonder, there's probably almost like 100 people here for this event. Epic. There's gonna be some sick stuff going down.
The ranger just talked to us and he was definitely kind of concerned about the amount of people and about cliff jumping with this many people at the waterfall because of safety and all that. But we also reminded him that we just held a big cleanup event yesterday and picked up like 50 bags of trash. And so once we kind of told him that, it was a green light, and I think we're all good to go now.
We're on our way down to the Washington Cliff Cruise Freestyle cliff jumping competition. It's gonna be a rad time. There's a bunch of people down there. Things are getting rowdy. Jumpers are lining up to jump. We gotta hurry. We gotta hurry. We're missing out on too much.
So the really cool thing about this cliff cruise competition is that the style aspect is so important. It does vary a lot from the Red Bull high diving series, where everything's judged on pike form and really straight legs and ripping the landing. This is more about your own creative style and what you can do with your personality in the air. Everyone does tricks differently.
What even was that? Oh my god. What?
We have Chase Reinfer. Let's give it up to Mike Wilson, everybody. Come on. You guys all know him. Brandon Beck. Henri Lundeen. Katie Osborne, guys. Let's hear it for it. We're about to get started. We're just getting the jumpers, the filmers, and everyone all ready. So get ready. You guys all excited? All right, let's do this.
John Fay probably has better hair than your girlfriend, definitely sends harder than you, and throws fat, steezy bios off massive cliffs like some skiing god from CoverGirl magazine.
After, you know, talking with all the competitors, we were just kind of like, let's just have a session. Let's just have a fun time. Let's enjoy what we love to do. Just see what we put down.
What's a bio, you may ask? Because you've never heard of that because you don't ski. Let's have him show you what that is.
Jared, one of the gnarliest people I've met, man. For his first flip, he dives over the railing, which is like a 4-foot high railing off of like a 65-foot cliff, does a Superman front flip over it.
Robert, he's an okay cliff jumper. There's a couple tricks. He has like one trick. Off not very high. His biggest accomplishment in life is that one time Channing Tatum DM'd him, but then left him on red.
So Colton Shaft, he's a really dialed skier, and he's just started taking his tricks from his skiing element up onto the cliffs, and he's just throwing like the wildest things.
We got Colton.
Cork 3, truck.
Sick.
Yeah, it ended up being one of the best sessions I've had cliff jumping yet. Chaos, you know, just like crazy tricks being thrown.
Big winner of the 65-footer, we have Colton Shaft!
It's just so sick to see like how someone can progress and take a sport that they're used to and then just transition it into cliff jumping and just pick it up so quickly.
I wanted to really use the cliff cruise to not only legitimize the sport of freestyle cliff jumping and cliff diving, but also I wanted to create this event so that our community had an outlet to create positive change in the world. Really, the most important thing is to find the balance between pushing your limits and staying safe. And that is up to every cliff jumper to decide within themselves. When you're putting yourself outside of your comfort zone in front of a bunch of people, you know, it can get dangerous.
No, I think he hit the wall. Yeah, he hit the wall.
Hey, don't get too crowded, guys.
One of them's right there under. The best thing to do when you're in these scenarios is just prepare yourself as well as you possibly can. Make sure you have people on hand that are trained medically.
I just didn't know there was a rock right there.
He just disappeared into the waterfall.
So he hit the waterfall?
Yeah, he hit the waterfall. Yeah.
Doing all right, going to second surgery.
I mean, having over 20 people in one hospital room, that's just a perfect example of this community and how incredible they are. He belongs with us. We got his back.
This year especially, I've seen a lot of women really come into the sport and start throwing down with the guys, you know, just absolutely killing it. And it's awesome to see, you know, that there isn't a gender barrier.
There is something really special about wanting to try something and then seeing another girl do it. It's so inspiring, and you just know, you're like, she can do it, she's having this great time doing it, I bet I can do it too. Once you meet this group of people and they're all encouraging you to try it and you realize, hey, other people out there love what I love doing, it's so exciting because you bring yourself up to the next level. And we're just out there screaming our lungs out for each other. Yeah! Yeah! Courtney came out this year from the East Coast as well. She threw down hard for the girls. Courtney threw gainers up to like 65, 70 feet. Call ourselves the Cinderellas now, so now you know.
It blew my mind to see all the different females doing things that a lot of guys that I know would never even think about trying.
Cheyenne or Cashby will like step up to the end of a cliff and everyone's like looking at them like, oh yeah, this chick's about to do like a straight jump or something. And Cashby will do a gainer, Cheyenne will do a backflip, and they're always like, I can't even do that. They'll always show up and just shut down everyone's expectations.
They just get up there and they're one of us.
Where freestyle cliff jumping kind of differs, it's more about like the freedom involved with it, but ripping a landing isn't really the important aspect of it. It's like what you're doing in the air. Some people take impacts.
Throw a suit real quick. Give it one of these. Give it one of these.
They take, you know, a slap to the back and just kind of swim away with just the wind knocked out of them. They take a hit and they're just right back up afterwards.
Yo, this bridge is claiming right now.
A lot of these impacts sometimes don't feel good, but you got to be able to roll with the punches.
You're all about that redemption today.
Yeah, dude.
The slam you took earlier and then just like,
Yeah.
you keep hitting it. So sick to see people just like want to stomp their tricks and keep going. And if they slam, they're like, all right, I'll get back up and do it again. Let's go. So.
This place almost looks too good to be true. 105 feet, and there's no gap. This place is beautiful. Just seeing this waterfall slowly slide over these rocks in an angle. So we went down there, me and TJ, we decided to go depth check. We want this pool to be 12 to 15 feet deep. This is a pretty big jump. touched bottom way sooner than we wanted. Eight to 10 feet. You know, what if I just land bad purposely?
I would have to hit, preferably sloppy. I never rip anything anyway, so just have my arms out. When I was underwater, my arms were up. How much farther do you think?
It's very important to know when to say no to a jump. It's looking good, I'm up there, and then all of a sudden a bad feeling comes over my head. I'm like, oh, I don't know if this is right.
I just got a really shitty feeling.
Every single time I will turn it down. I'll walk away. Because guess what? That cliff is still gonna be there. That waterfall is still gonna be there.
The more I thought about it, I definitely don't want to land bad purposely off a 105-foot jump. In the end, I decided it wasn't worth it.
Definitely too close to comfort.
The day is definitely not ruined, even when you get to a spot and you depth check it and it's too shallow. You're still around your best friends and you're still gonna go camp afterwards, and it's just so much more than just being at the spot. These trips turn into memories that I will never forget.
Alright, 3, 2, 1! Alright, 3, 2, 1!
So out here in the middle of beautiful British Columbia, our buddies Ewan and Dylan, they scoped this creek out and decided, hey, you know what'd be cool? A bunch of wild wooden platforms in the middle of the woods.
The cliff jumping community really goes beyond cliff jumping. It's like this tight-knit family.
Everyone's supporting you, everyone's cheering you on.
Come out here, try with us, be inspired, and don't give up.
These are my friends, these are my friends. I love them, I love them. These are my friends, these are my friends. I love them, I love them. find a way to fix that. So many people inside my head.
That's crazy.
Did the water give you ligma?
What?
Did the water give you ligma?
Ligma? Probably, dude.
Keep me going. These are my friends, these are my friends. I love them, I love them. These are my friends, these are my friends. I love them. And they don't care who you are, they don't care what you do. No, these are my friends, these are my friends. I love them, I love them.
Okay, hit the water. Okay, hit the water. Okay, hit the water.
Hey Courtney,
Yeah.
your nails look really pretty.
Aw, thanks. If you are a girl out there who would like to try cliff jumping, please slide into my DMs. We need more girls out here setting it for the girls. Cliff jumping needs you. Please.
The more girls that get into a sport kind of gives us a little hope for us hopeless romantics. So if there's any girl senders out there, you know, we have a soft spot in our hearts. It's not all just about the flips.
True adventures carry risk. True adventures carry risk. It's different.
That was wild as hell to do a 60 feet? It was a 60-foot suey in a goddamn banana costume. What a dingleberry.
These younger cliff jumpers with their fresh joints and their lack of traumatic experiences with flops, passing the torch off to them.
Hey Nick, how's it going, man?
I just got off the phone with Russ Sturgis.
Oh, really? What's happening?
Well, you know what?
I think it's time to break that record.